this evening, a new report released today has called on Prime Minister Boris Johnson to take the lead on tackling knife crime and youth violence.
It's described the increase in violence as a social emergency and claims that young people have been failed and are losing their lives as a result.
Well, schemes to get violence off the streets are running right across the region, but the report says more investment is needed to make a real difference. Martin Fisher has the story.
21-year-old Lewis Bagshaw from Sheffield, one of the latest victims of knife crime, who lost his life just over a week ago, stabbed in the chest. The Home Affairs Committee report today saying the government's strategy to tackle serious violence has failed.
Also have to understand the devastating consequences and the costs, not just to families, but to entire communities, to public services, when lives are lost and when knife crime gets out of control.
The report calls for more investment in local youth services. This gym in Sheffield taking kids off the streets by getting them into boxing.
Now I was boxing myself and I've seen kids going down the wrong path as I did, but I found boxing and boxing saved me. So when I out to these kids and give them something to do with the time, there's no true word I'd like to work for the devil. So I got their hands into them boxing gloves and now it's cleaning the streets.
It's already helped teenager Harrison Hobson. Excluded from schools and tempted by gang culture, Harrison found boxing and both turned his life around and probably saved it.
Some people get stabbed, people who I was hanging around with, this wasn't good. So I knew I had to remove myself from the situation. But I wasn't intending of doing it, I was intending of staying with them. But when I started boxing, it all just changed.
Now, the Home Affairs Committee says there needs to be a major investment in youth services in order to bring down violent crime. Basically, more places like this gym. But just over a year ago, this very gym was facing its own knockout punch.
They wanted us out. They asked us to come in to look after this building because it was getting smashed up. We've come in from them crime and fires dropped, so they invested, see it's time to invest. And now, like I said, they wanted us out to build a retail park.
But the government says it's taking urgent action to keep communities safe and points to the recruitment of 20,000 new police officers. In Hull, a former probation worker now runs a charity which supports young people in attempts to stay away from a life of crime.
I see really promising young people end up in jail or who end up, seriously hurt, or there's a lot of sad stories, but equally, there's a lot of really positive ones. I think we just have to be here as a support network really to try and help it when we can.
In the last 5 years, knife offences have risen by 70%. Carlo Nemitz was stabbed multiple times. He now encourages youngsters to leave the violence behind.
I got stabbed 4 times, and then 4 weeks after that, in a separate incident, I got attacked with a machete in my head and fractured my skull there, that scar there, and chopped there, in my head, that scar there. And this is what this place does at the Hood. It learns youths of today respect and what's right and what's wrong and how to channel you when you're mixed up or you're aggressive or whatever.
A growing number of young males are being murdered on the UK's streets. Harrison and this boxing gym doing their best to show there is an alternative. Martin Fisher, ITV News.